Hello guys and welcome to What the Tech episode number 27. My name is Adam Lobo.
And I'm Vernon. Great to be back.
And with us right now, joining us is Mr. Umar.
Thank you. Hi guys, how are you doing? My name is Umar.
All right, so we are going to put like a clap hands woohoo kind of thing. So Lihud, you know what to do. Okay, for those of you who do not know Umar is a fellow tech creator, also representing not only himself but also Product Nation as well. We have traveled the world literally together.
Yeah.
The world together. Lots of things, not together, but we are both married, so calm down, guys.
No details. Thank you.
But we have gone through a lot from a work's perspective and went through a lot of different interesting stuff. Before we go into the news over here, for those of you who are not very familiar with Umar, he is a fellow creator, like I mentioned, here in Malaysia. Not from Malaysia, he's actually from Kashmir, but he is belonging to us Malaysians, so cannot take him back.
In heart, there's a nasi lemak inside.
Yes, correct. Okay, Umar, for those of you who do not know, for those people who do not know you, just give us a lowdown. I'm sure Vernon also wants to know, how did you get yourself into tech? Did you like wake up one day and said, you know what, I want to become a tech YouTuber? Who was your biggest inspiration? And just give us a lowdown on how you exactly started this before we talk about the overall news as well.
Okay, first of all, thank you for having me. This vibe. Studio looks amazing. I said that like 50 times before. This was super nice. And seeing it on the inside is just next level, man. So Adam's and the team's effort is like crazy. So if you guys wanted to know how cool it looks, very cool. See behind the scenes stories and stuff, it's very cool. So for myself, I started content, I think when I was like 12. Not posting, but like creating. Yeah.
What were we doing when we were 12 years old?
I was, I'd rather not get into details.
Same here, bro. Okay, continue.
So it was mainly because I grew up in Saudi, in Riyadh. There wasn't really much to do. So I was like, I need to do something with my time. And I was like, okay, I need to get into more... I like superhero movies a lot. So I started learning After Effects as soon as I could. But back then there weren't like that many tutorials on like YouTube and stuff because it wasn't that big. Yeah. So I like experimented with Photoshop, After Effects. I'd put a beard on my mom, track the beard to her face. Like that was my thing. So like that's how I started. I wanted to like add as much to my skill set as possible early on so that later it would be easier to do what I wanted to do. I always knew I wanted to do content because I always liked things like actual things. I need something, like I'll give you an example. I'd go to the grocery store with my mom and I'd be like, what cereal has something free with it? I want that cereal because I wanted something free. That was my thing. So my siblings would call me things, like as a person. So that was the early on stage when I knew I wanted some profession in which I could play with things. I had things to interact with, to play around with. Then I came to Malaysia for university. Before that, I did some content, mostly VFX stuff. I was learning on VFX stuff. Came to Malaysia during university.
Why do you choose Malaysia?
I think it was a good combination of environment from what I had heard because my cousin studied here as well. Okay. So it was a good balance. I was choosing between Dubai and Malaysia, and I felt like Dubai was like, I wasn't a fan of Dubai because my sister is also there.
It's hot as hell, though.
I mean, Malaysia in another way, but
no.
Not as bad.
Liud and I went to Dubai just recently. I know it's probably the exact summertime. Holy mother of God.
You lost 3 kilos and you came back.
Yeah. It's just madness.
Riyadh is about the same.
It is.
But it's dry heat.
Okay.
So I feel like that's somehow worse because your skin starts to like...
Wow.
Like the car temperature, I remember once I sat in the car was 60 degrees inside the car. And the stuff starts melting. It's insane.
Which
literally
Okay.
But so then I came to Malaysia. During university, I started freelancing. I used to do photo shoots for people. I used to do wedding shoots. I did one wedding shoot. I did corporate shoots just to earn money to buy a new camera. So first I rented, then I earned enough to buy a camera, then I bought a camera, and then I started posting content.
What is the first camera you used?
I know it was a Canon 550D. But before that, phone-wise, it was always an iPhone 4S. That was my first ever camera, and I used that for like 5 years to make every video that I made.
Nice.
Yeah, then I switched to the Canon 550D. Then I got like a power shot nonsense camera. Then I went back to the 60D, 70D, 80D, 90D.
The era of the DSLRs, right?
Era of the
Before somebody
60
introduced
DSLR.
Sony to you. And
Before this guy, literal, what do you say in Malaysia? Racun. This guy Racun me. And he was like, hey, have you tried a Sony? He was like one of those gremlins, you know? And we were shooting a music video for Brandon at the time.
Yeah.
And I tried Sony for the first time, and then I said bye-bye to Canon right away. It was instant, almost.
You know what's funny? I don't like Sony. I prefer Blackmagic more.
Crazy.
But since he was a Canon user, I was like, you know what? Try Sony. It's better, especially with S-Log 3.
Yeah. Plus, we wanted the autofocus. We wanted the 4K 120 S-Log. Yeah. So that was that. Work-wise, I started in Involve Asia, the company, which is more about marketing. And I was there for about 3 months. And the CEO was like, hey, I've seen your videos, or you can do videos, right? And I was like, yeah. He's like, I know just the right thing for you. We have this thing we're making called Product Nation. They're missing a video arm. Do you want to lead that?
Right.
Yes. And now it's been like...
So they're part of Involve Asia. I didn't
it's
know
a
that.
sub-company.
Yeah, okay.
it is
Involve Asia is the parent company.
Yeah.
Nice. Who inspired you to do specific tech-related content?
So tech, no one specifically.
Okay.
Content on its own was Casey Neistat at first.
Okay.
That was my first inspiration. Before that was Film Riot, because they did VFX.
Oh, Film Riot, yeah.
Yeah.
So they did a lot of
they're so
VFX
good.
stuff.
VFX,
So good.
yeah.
They were the best.
Yeah.
I watched them growing up. Then I went to Casey Neistat for storytelling.
Yeah.
Then I went to Peter McKinnon for B-rolls and visuals.
Same. I think we have kind of similar
I think
influences.
everyone in the space has very similar.
Probably.
Yeah. But then I realized along the way, even Peter McKinnon, it was all B-rolls, fancy B-rolls. But then I was like, it's lacking story. So then I would always go back to Casey for story. But then Casey was inconsistent. And so I was like, oh, there needs to be a hybrid, someone in between. And I was like, I could do that. I didn't do that, but I tried. It was an effort. But that's where I'm at. And then tech-wise, it was mostly just, we were doing content. We did the Hokkien Me series. I don't know if you guys know. It was on Product Nation. It's the guy with the ponytail. He was speaking Chinese, but he didn't look like he could.
Wow.
We did that series for a bit, and then I was like, it was getting stale. And I was like, what content could we do next? I like tech. I was like, let me start trying a tech series. Started, and it's been 7 years now. So
Fantastic.
Amazing.
So apparently, a very interesting story before we start is that Umar met or came over to my music studio or then YouTube studio when I just first started out. So tell us about that story, how that happened.
yeah, that was crazy. It's a bit stalkery vibes, but it wasn't. I wasn't trying to be a stalker. Oh, really? Yeah. So what happened was Brandon. I think it was his cousin who asked me. He was like, "Hey, I have this my cousin who wants to do a music video," and he was like, "I want to introduce you because I know you do videos." At the time, I was doing freelance videos for him. So he's like, he's a really talented musician. They do heavy metal stuff, and I was like, "I love heavy metal music. Like, this is perfect." Like,
yeah, he does. In case you all did not know.
Yeah. It doesn't match sometimes, but it makes sense. So I was like, okay, let me go check out the place. Let's recce the place because we wanted to do the shoot. And then he said, I have this really nice drum set. It's like this bronze color, dark background, and you can like hit the drum. There'll be splashes. I was like, hell yeah, I want to do that. So I was like, I'm gonna go to your studio. So I walk in, and I just see Joker stuff everywhere. I was like, serial killer? And I was like, okay, this is really cool because I like Batman as well. The whole concept of
I hate
DC,
Batman,
Marvel.
just so you all know. Okay.
There you go. But I was like, this is sick. It's like every Joker you'd see. So I walk in and he's like, oh yeah, this is not mine. I share the space with Adam. He does YouTube. You might know him, Adam Lobo. And I was like, sounds familiar. And then I walk in to the actual room. And then there's the big setup for the monitor, the PC, whatever it was at the time. And above it was the big
the
poster.
3 Jokers.
Yeah, the 3 Joker, the poster. And I was like, I've seen that in a video. And he was like, yep, he does home. At the time, you were doing home stuff, smart home stuff.
Smart home
I
stuff.
think this must have been 2015, 2016.
2017.
Yeah, 17. And then that's when I was like, I've definitely seen a video because I remember searching smart home stuff, Malaysia, some content, and you popped up then. And I was like, I know him.
He was the only one, literally.
He was literally the only one. Yeah, that's why I was like, when I introduced you to the guy as well, when we were at the Vivo event, I was like, this guy's an OG for smart home stuff. Like, I remember the first video I saw was from him.
Yeah.
So I basically met him or knew of him in his own space without ever actually meeting him physically, which is a bit creepy, but not intentional.
But it's fine.
It was fun.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for the lowdown. So, guys, we will put his all the social media tags right on the screen for you guys to check it out. And for those of you who are listening to the podcast, you can also search for Umar. He has his own YouTube channel besides Product Nation. Okay, let's finally talk about the reactions. We're going to start off things with the iPhone 17, all the rumors. The reason why we brought you here is because we have been in Apple Park together many times. And if you had to choose between being an Apple user and an Android user, what is your answer?
Apple.
There you go.
Yeah.
So that's one of the reasons why we have him over here. Okay,
Hands
the
down.
first question I'm going to ask the both of y'all.
Yeah.
Did y'all see how the leaks look like?
Yeah, a couple of months back already.
Okay, so what is your reaction to it first, Vernon?
Design-wise, I'm kind of on the fence. It looks different. But also a little bit pixel-inspired, I feel.
Oh.
Just personal opinion.
Okay.
A little bit, yeah, pixel-inspired in terms of the camera modules and stuff. I love the orange colorway. I think that looks amazing, right? I think that's going to be the color for at least the Pro series. Not such a fan of 17 Air.
Okay.
And I'm a bit disappointed that the Plus is no longer in the lineup.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I didn't know that, but
Yeah.
thanks for
But this
letting
is
us know.
purely based on design aesthetics.
Yep.
Otherwise, I mean, it's an iPhone. That's what it's going to be offering. You know, iOS 26, I think, would give it a little bit more jazz.
Yeah.
I mean, we're using public beta right now, and I think it's an amazing experience so far. I don't think I'm going to miss Apple Intelligence much. To be honest. Anyway, it's not ready.
Yeah.
Series not ready. But I don't think that's a deal breaker for me and for a lot of people
Okay.
to want to buy an iPhone or to upgrade
Okay.
to an iPhone. Yeah.
Okay. I will go through lowdown on what we know so far, Umar, in terms of breakdown like 17, 17 Pro, 17 Pro Max, and also the Air. So you can react to that once again. But just from a visual point of view, Umar, what are your thoughts and what is your first reaction when you saw the huge change from an aesthetic point of view, nothing else? What are your thoughts about that?
Okay, I'll start by saying I hate leaks. I really don't like leaks. Because, okay, for me, the excitement goes away.
Yeah.
Like, I want to be excited for the keynote. I want to be excited for and one more thing. That doesn't exist anymore. It's all
Exactly what we talked about in the
Yeah,
last
we
episode.
did. We did talk
So
about this.
that part hurts, but based off of what we've seen, first of all, iPhone 17, I don't know if it exists, right? We don't know if it's a real thing. It's just rumors, right? It could be called
Could
anything.
be called 26.
Yeah.
The
iPhone
PCR
26.
iPhone 26? You never know. But based off of the leaks that we have seen, design-wise, it's jarring compared to what we're
Jarring.
used to. Yeah,
Okay.
like I'm not saying it's bad. I'm not saying it's good either. So
'Cause
what you
we're
said,
so used to
right,
this,
that's
right?
Yeah, but also how long have we had that? So taking that into account, I feel
Couple
like
of generations.
Yeah, I mean it's been since like the 11,
Yeah.
if you think about it.
Yeah.
So for me, I don't dislike it. I'm not a fan either. It's like I need to see it in person. That's why I don't trust the leaks as much, because as much as we look at them, they're even if it's the most reputable leak, it's still a render, it's still a mock. And the finishes that Apple uses is actually 10 times better than these when you actually get them.
Sure.
Even when you look at phone case companies that like send these out in emails. So it's different. The movement of the logo, I've seen that in the leaks as well.
I'm not a fan of that, personally.
Yeah, but it is aligned to, if you think about the MagSafe strip and everything
Yeah.
like that. But again, I'm right in the middle. I can't give a definitive answer yet.
Okay.
Leaning more towards, oh, what is this? Than towards, oh, this is great. The one you mentioned, that's more like the pixel style
Yeah.
thing. Yeah. Okay, it's thin. It looks really, really thin, the air.
But yeah, for
If
the
it
air,
exists
Okay.
at all.
Yeah.
It's interesting. It's still true to iPhone in a way if you think about it, the way they've designed it, but it's very inspired by Pixel, for example, that this thin strip that goes across the air.
Okay.
What do you think of a single camera phone in 2025?
Hurts.
It hurts, right? Yeah.
Especially if there's no. I mean, I can live without a telephoto because you could somehow do an optical thing where it's a higher resolution. You can crop and get the 2x, 2.5, 3x, whatever you want. But not having an ultra wide in 2025 going to 2026, it's a bit of a pain. It's a bit of a pain.
Good point.
Yeah.
Okay, let's break it down on what do we know so far for the rumors, right? First of all, iPhone 17, no design change for that. But it has a larger 6.3-inch display. So it's going to be
it's gonna
similar
be
like the
bigger.
Pro.
Yeah.
That's one of the reasons why there's no plus model, which Vernon, you have already talked about how you do not like that. There are new colors, which is green and purple. I like the purple, again, because I'm a Joker fan. And the purple this time around, based on what we saw online, looks a little nicer than the previous lavender kind of color. 120
pastel-y
hertz
though.
screen.
On all.
On all, apparently.
Fluorescent.
Bezels are going to be a bit more thinner, just like the Pro, but no always-on display because they want to make the device cheaper. And it'll come with the A19 chip. Now, I'm going to ask the both of you all whether or not, if you had to predict whether is Apple going to finally have a 120 Hz screen for the iPhone 17, yes or no? Vernon.
Wow, this is tough. It's been a couple of generations and they haven't done it. Yeah, and people are complaining and they're comparing to the Android world. So yes, finally.
Okay, Umar.
I think if it's a 120 hertz, it's called a Pro. Like the display itself has Pro in it.
Yes.
The technology for it.
Yes.
So that's a bit tricky. You can't give a non-Pro device a Pro display. So they might change the name of it.
Yeah.
There might be some kind of limitation.
I think I agree with you on that.
Yeah, maybe they'll do like this is the reason this doesn't have an always on because it's not a Pro device. They'll stick to Pros for always on, and the non-Pros will be called something else. Maybe not the Pro, the refresh rate that it gives you. So I don't
exactly that.
Yeah. What if they do like a weird middle 90?
That is exactly what I had in mind.
They could do that.
Yeah,
They could do
that was exactly what I had in mind because having 120 hertz on that, because Apple loves to always really differentiate between the Pro and the non-Pros, and I just want to think that they will improve the screen, but not probably all the way to 120 hertz. But then again, we need to look back in cost. Is there a huge cost difference between a 90 hertz and 120 hertz?
No, but it's product differentiation.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
It's not about
market,
cost.
Exactly. So
Surprising strategy. So.
one of the ways where Apple can go into this, in my humble opinion, of course, on the leaks and whatever rumors that we know, is that they might not go all the way to 120 hertz. They might go at a 90 hertz display because of the fact that it is faster. They can say that it's faster, but it's not pro level. Because like what Umar said, the word Pro Motion Display is 120 hertz. So if you're going to have 120 hertz on a non-Pro, they are going to call it what? Motion display? So
who knows?
Yeah, so I predict it's going to be 90 hertz, not 120 hertz. But I hope Apple proves me wrong and give 120 hertz. But knowing how Apple has been doing things, that is probably not the case. You talked about how you like the orange. What are your thoughts about the new green and the purple?
I think they look good as well. I think Apple has a thing with color.
Yeah.
And they seem to get it spot on in terms of what's trending in that particular season.
Yep.
I don't know how they do that. It's either they set the standard or they've done studies, they work with color people. I don't know.
No, like they set the standards. It's so
Yeah.
obvious. That's
So,
why other people are always following them, right?
It is. They are very nice colorways. It's quite distinct.
Tell us why are you disappointed with no plus, and then we'll go into whether Umar is okay with the plus.
I think we talked about this extensively. I feel that the Plus has a place because it has a bigger battery, has a bigger display. You lose some of the Pro features of the Pro and the Pro Max, but that's the two things that people want.
Yeah.
And without spending too much money on, let's say, a Pro or Pro Max.
Yeah.
I don't think the 17 Air is a replacement for the Plus, and it's not a good replacement because it doesn't have a big battery, and that's a compromise, I feel. So missing that Plus is a thing. The other thing I wanted to talk about was that are we expecting a 17E, and why isn't that in the lineup, or are they gonna stagger it and probably introduce it sometime next year, maybe Q1?
Well, to be fair, the 16E was a one after a few years kind of E/SE model.
So are we going to see an E?
Maybe not now, because that's too many phones to release in one launch then. Because imagine you
Too
have
much work for us.
Yeah, so
every
I'm saying
video,
that it could be
dedicated videos.
I'm just saying it's going to be a staggered thing, maybe in Q1, just to keep the interest in iPhone before the refresh cycle.
I don't know if they do the E every year though. I feel like that's a once in every X years thing.
From a marketing perspective, I think they do have a separate marketing budget on that because you can see the billboards and all. They really push the E as a separate thing either way.
Yeah.
It's a very good point. That could happen whether they put it together. I feel that they will release it yearly. It's just that they will release it differently.
Okay, like not at the September.
Because if they are going to release it not yearly, then they're going to have that whole numbers confusion again, which is something that they finally did it with their OS. And like what we said, it could be an iPhone 26.
You never know. You never know.
Right?
What is 17? It doesn't exist. Yeah.
Tell us your thoughts about the Plus. Do you feel like that's a huge miss, or do you feel like, yeah, it's fine by you, in your opinion alone, and also from a consumer's opinion based on your research?
Yeah. So I think Vernon has a great point. The market for the Plus is very specific. It's people who want a bigger display and better battery life without spending the money for a Pro Max. Because if you get a Pro, you're using 120 hertz. You're depleting that battery relatively quick. You're using the camera. You're using everything on that display, whether it's always on, whatever it is. So the expectation is you either get, especially for people with a tighter budget, they'll look at the base model or the Plus.
Yeah.
The Plus is hands down a very it's a no-brainer option for people who want a bigger display and a better battery life, but don't want to pay the Pro Max money. So that is a miss, in my opinion. For sure, that's a miss.
Okay.
As a personal user, I wouldn't miss it. I use the
Pro.
telephoto.
Yeah.
I need the
You need the
telephoto. I need the
Pro.
120. So I never look at the base models personally. I have to look at it from the objective glasses of a tech reviewer, consumer perspective. Yeah. It's a miss. I would say it's a miss. Because you need that big battery, big display without spending the big money.
Yeah. When we were at Apple Park, we did that whole small podcasting before we did it. And remember we said about how the baseline has never been improved. It's like there's never been a better time for a baseline to come here. And that's where it echoes with the fact that, the users can actually get the baseline. But from a personal perspective, you are not looking to get it is because of the added cameras.
Yeah, for me, the Pro, I use ProRes. So I shoot in log ProRes. Then I have the 120 hertz.
Jason was there, be like, why? Yeah, we do.
Yeah, he's CapCut. He's the king of CapCut. He's figured it out.
Yeah.
But for me, it's like I need the ProRes log. I need the 120 hertz. I need the better battery life with the Pro Max. I tried the Pro. I couldn't.
The battery life just doesn't keep up.
It doesn't keep up with the way we
But
shoot, the way we do things.
Me knowing you started with a Pro. You preferred with a Pro.
Yeah.
And then I always like the bigger display more than,
I was
battery
also a
great.
Pro.
Yeah.
Same.
Yeah. So
I like the size of the Pro.
When did you start
size of it was
switching
perfect.
to using the Max? Is it the 16?
ProRes.
When they announced ProRes?
15, yeah. Because with the 15 Pro Max, you got
Yeah.
ProRes, and then the storage was never enough.
Yeah.
So I wanted the biggest, best storage, best battery life. So if I'm shooting outdoors continuously, which I do a lot with the iPhone, I replace my camera most times with an iPhone. I need more storage. I need a bigger display to look at my viewfinder on, and I need it to last long during the shoot. Yeah.
Nice.
So Pro Max.
So speaking of the Pro, these are the lowdown on the 17 Pro and the 17 Pro Max. New design, the horizontal rectangle bar. We mentioned that. You gave your views on that. The orange and the blue. So before I go forward, if you had a choice, which color would you go for? If this new two colors you're going to go with, or are you going to go with the standard colors?
I'm boring, man. I'd either go for the black or, I like the titanium look.
Yeah.
But off of the new colors, I think if the blue is similar to the previous generation blue that we had, I think it was the 12?
Yeah.
Was it
it's
the
like a
12?
midnight thing. Right?
Yeah,
Midnight.
that blue I loved.
Yeah.
So if it's like that, I'll take it. I'll take the blue.
How about you, Abang?
Orange?
I'm usually black.
But you're going to go with orange.
But I really like the orange this time, honestly. But I always run it with the case. So,
No.
What are your thoughts about
I
it?
know these guys don't use cases, but I do. I'm super paranoid about micro scratches.
No, he started not using a case. For the iPhone, I use a case because it's my main phone. And I'm not worried about me dropping the phone. I'm worried about other people hitting my phone, which has happened twice just
But
recently.
you know what they say about people who use phones without cases, right?
What?
They're rich.
Okay, I have a reason why I like using it without the case now.
It feels better.
It feels like that's how Apple intended you to use it.
I mean,
Yeah.
I
It is
don't
true.
disagree with that
Yes.
because when you use it without case, it feels so nice. And
Yeah.
so much
plush.
So much better.
So much lighter,
Yeah.
so much thinner,
But
so much slimmer.
security, my
Yes.
friends.
Like I said, the
Right.
idea of
Fair.
dropping.
Fair.
What are your thoughts about last year's Desert Titanium, the color?
No, it's nice.
You
It's
like
good.
it?
I like.
Okay, I
do
have
like
it. So I
Desert
want to show
Titanium.
just to
Mine
show you
is-
back again.
I'm not sure what mine is.
It's like, nice. Sees his phone. He's like, nope. They don't like it.
So this is a Desert Titanium.
Okay,
What
now
do you think
everybody's
about?
stripping, so I'm gonna
Yeah.
strip mine
What do you
first.
think? What are your thoughts about this particular color? Do you like it?
I think
This
I
was
was-
the
I was
hero
a-
color.
Yeah, I wasn't a huge fan of this color.
I think I prefer this one.
Yeah, I prefer the titanium.
Titanium.
I liked it for 5 seconds.
Because the hero color.
So that's one of the reasons why I have a case on.
Which you never do.
Yeah, because I prefer white, and the titanium was for my 15 Pro Max. I went with this. I thought that I would grow into it, like what Peter said. It will grow into you, but no, it has not grown into me. So I can't wait to change to the 17.
Do you know what this reminds me of? The 8 Plus. The 8 and the 8 series had this kind of beigey. It was actually really nice.
Yeah,
nice, yeah.
You're right.
I
This
still
is like
have
not
that
even
one.
desert, just like pinkish desert, peachish.
I still have that one.
Yeah.
Okay, the next one is smaller dynamic island. Does it even matter?
No, not really.
Don't care.
But apparently, it's not going to change much.
Yeah, but that's what they're saying. But my point is that even it's smaller, it's like, so what?
It's
It makes
still
no
there.
difference.
It's still there.
In
Yeah.
fact, it might look nicer
Yeah.
because unfortunately I have seen some leaks.
Okay.
UI
Unfortunately,
leaks where
you've seen some
the
leaks.
animation looks more smooth now.
Oh, okay.
And I think the animation is what sells the fact that it's smaller, but it covers everything you need in that space.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Then that makes sense.
Another thing that we wouldn't even tell the difference is that there will be an increased RAM from
Apple never talks
8
about RAM.
gigabytes to 12 gigabytes of RAM. Like, who cares?
Doesn't really matter.
Because
No,
that
no.
we won't feel a difference.
Yeah,
It's going to be thicker because they're going to be including bigger batteries,
Okay.
and there's going to there's a huge rumor about wireless Mac share, which means that
reverse
that means reverse wireless charging, wireless. Do you think that will come? Fernand already is shaking his head. He's like, no way.
I mean, even if it comes, it's very novel, to be honest.
Have you ever?
Reverse charging.
Have you ever
We're still talking about reverse
charged-
charging. Come on, man.
Honestly,
exactly, who
I
cares?
don't remember that. I did it once for fun. I don't think I have ever done that again.
I
On a Samsung phone.
totally
Do you use
agree.
it? You
Okay,
use
there
Oh,
you
he
go.
uses it.
What do you use?
Lihood uses it.
to charge your
Can we have a
AirPods?
camera to take a
Fair.
photo of somebody who uses reverse charging?
Yeah.
I'll
Okay,
see.
to be fair, if you're like in a pinch and you need to recharge your AirPods, makes sense. But then make it compatible to charge your AirPods and your Apple Watch, because I run out of battery on this more than I run out on my.
I totally agree with you.
Right?
For me, Android phones have it. I tried it
Yeah, for the
once
longest
or
time,
twice, and then that's never been my first reaction.
Yeah.
Oh, my phone can do this. Sometimes you'll forget.
Give me your phone. Let me charge it real quick. Nobody does that.
Nobody does.
Yeah, so, but then we do have on the other end of the spectrum people like you who does that.
Yeah.
So I guess that would be a plus, not for everybody.
For accessories, maybe more than actual other phones, right?
Especially when you're hanging out with friends.
Right. But it's so slow though, and it
slow
tends
and
to be very hot.
And you're gonna drain your own battery.
But not on iPhone, no Android is quite fast. Like POCO
Okay.
reverse charging is
Yeah.
Ah.
What,
How many
10
watts?
watts?
How many watts do you get?
10.
22.5.
Really?
For reverse wireless charging.
Wow. I forgot. Okay, there you go.
Whoa.
Okay. We've been
I never
educated
used
now.
it.
Okay,
Thank
but then
you.
how fast does it deplete the battery of the POCO itself?
The battery is quite big. So
6,000, right?
6,000.
Ah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Very interesting.
When you edit this, you put the subtitles on what you're saying in case people cannot hear you. Okay.
Interesting to know. Yeah.
This new Pro models might also have the new Apple C1 modem.
Yep.
Okay.
And
Makes sense.
As on the
as on the 16E, I did see a difference because obviously when we test out phones, we put in the SIM card and
Right.
it was faster.
Okay.
That means like I never had cuts, especially like when I go down to certain basement
Tunnels,
parking,
yeah.
basement parking, tunnel, smart tunnel. It's way much better, and also rumored Wi-Fi 7. Now, speaking of cameras, they are apparently going to have a movable telephoto lens, which gives you
Periscope?
optical, not periscope. It's like a movable telephoto lens.
Like
so
physical?
yeah,
move?
physical one. That I don't
Technically a
believe it's
periscope,
true.
no?
I don't believe it's true.
Yeah.
No, it's not a periscope. It's
No.
just like somewhere in between.
No,
Okay?
Periscope doesn't physically move. It's
Yeah.
just glass reflection.
Yeah.
Reflection.
And
whatever.
periscope is like you put it at the side where it reflects. So that's
Yeah.
why it's so big, right? But do you think that that will come?
I feel like physical moving parts in a phone, Apple wouldn't do that.
No.
Yeah.
There's
That
too
sounds
much
like a
that can
Huawei thing.
That sounds
right?
like a Huawei thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Plus,
Too
I
fussy.
mean, we've seen like we've seen with the Vivo phones and stuff. When you shake it, you hear the shake.
yeah.
Apple would never agree
Yes.
to have that in.
Yeah,
They
that's-
said,
yeah, I agree. The Vivo phone is Xiaomi 15 Ultra. Also
Dude,
got
it's a chicka chicka chicka. You can use it for samba to play music. It's,
Yeah.
it's really loud.
Maracas, they call me Cuban Pete. Okay, 8K video recording. Yes or no? Umar,
Will it be there or do we need it?
will it be there and do we need
It will
it?
be there.
Will it be there? Likely.
Wow.
Yep.
Okay.
Likely. I feel like you have to do something now. Something has to change.
Hmm.
So will it be there most likely? Do we need it? Absolutely not.
Okay. Vernon? Same.
Yeah.
We don't need it, but it will come.
Perhaps.
Can come.
Oh, interesting. I don't think it will.
We can use it because it's there,
Yeah.
but we probably
Because you know
won't.
what's going to happen? If they do it, it's great. But you know what's going to happen? They're going to have 8K video. Someone's going to try it and it's going to overheat. And then they'll come up into the news. Oh, my iPhone overheated because I shoot 8K video recording. I feel like they might
risky.
not want to invite that kind of issues into their phones.
But to be fair, when did 8K start coming to phones? It was with Samsung, right?
Samsung.
And that was Samsung, which one?
Whoa, I can't remember. That's a very good question.
21?
Syed, do
Was it
do
21? I think it
research
was,
now.
I think it was before 21.
Okay,
even.
while Syed does his research.
So it's been a few years, just
Yeah.
for my point. It's been 5 years since then, and they still have
Nothing has
8K.
blown out yet,
Nothing has
so-
blown and animation. Okay, but it's been that long. Apple doesn't release a feature like that.
Yeah.
They have had like 5-6 years to probably test 8K with thermals and everything. So if they wanted to release an 8K, they can release an 8K.
Yeah, I think also
20?
it depends on
The S20,
yeah,
yeah.
S20.
S20.
So it depends on thermals. It depends on the chip.
Yeah.
Because you know
Efficiency,
that Apple Silicon is super efficient.
Yeah, it is. And it's also coming with a bigger sensor, 48 megapixel sensor.
Yeah,
Again,
across
I
the
just
board.
feel it won't come.
Well,
Because
really? 48
no,
megapixels?
48 megapixel, yes, but I don't think they will
8K.
provide the 8K video recording. Because, like I said, I don't think they want to invite unnecessary bad feedback. I'm not saying that it's going to be so hot that it blows up. It will overheat because you know how when you get the new iPhones, we usually get it first. You know how when you even set it up, it's already overheating a bit.
They're
It's always the
transferring
case
fast,
until like few generation updates, then it happens. But I could be wrong. I would love to have 8K video recording. Whether or not we use it, I will use it. They
Or
won't use
do-
it, but
they,
I will
it
use
they
needs
it.
could do a Sony
Yeah.
thing and say you can only use it for 15 minutes or something.
Ooh,
Right?
that's a
That would
smart
make sense.
one.
I mean,
Yeah,
they've done that with the ProRes.
Yeah.
You have
Yeah.
a limiter based
Yeah.
on your space. That would
Based on
make sense.
space.
Makes
Oh,
sense.
yeah. Oh, that actually makes it feel like that could actually happen.
Unless they do like an upscale thing or like
Yeah.
a downscale
Yeah,
from 8K
downscale,
to 4K,
yeah.
Makes
6K
sense.
maybe.
Yeah.
Because you capture the details and stuff.
I just feel like you'd need like a 27 TB storage thing for that. Like,
Yeah.
It's crazy, man. Especially imagine 8K with ProRes log. You're finishing your storage in
Yeah.
half a second, man. It's going to be crazy.
But there's log recording for the Samsung though. Log 8K.
Yeah, but the log on Samsung is nowhere near the log on
Yeah,
iPhone.
that's true.
Yeah, that's
That's true.
ProRes log,
Yeah.
and this is just HEVC
Yeah,
log. It's
that's
very
true.
different.
Yeah.
ProRes is very heavy, like
It is
extremely
It
heavy.
is. Yeah, it is. I
So
mean,
that
all of
with
our
8K
videos are in ProRes as well. Even though with the RAW, it's bigger than the B-RAW files. Here's another interesting fact, which I didn't even realize that iPhones did not have, because this is almost standard in almost every Android phones, which is the inclusion of vapor chamber cooling. I didn't know that iPhones never had it. Wow.
Yeah, the
Vapor
It's a
chamber,
very
okay.
Android thing.
Yeah, it
It's a
is.
very
But
Android
I
thing.
didn't think, because to think that all this while iPhones never had it and it still maintained thermal very well.
Yeah.
So,
Some engineering feat there, I guess.
yeah. That's why apparently it's going to be thicker, because
Yeah.
they want to put a vapor chamber cooling.
Oh.
But like I
That
said,
gives us some clues, right?
yeah.
Why they're finally putting that in.
But okay, do you feel it? Like, would you feel a difference? I feel like it's the same thing about the RAM going from 8 to 12. Would you feel it? Probably not.
No.
Vapor, because of the way the iPhone works, even when it overheats, would that make a difference? The vapor chamber, even if it's a little bit thicker, would it really make a difference?
According to Android, no. Because we tried Android phones with vapor
still
chamber
overheat.
cooling, and whenever Syed and Liu test the gaming,
Still
it
overheats.
still
Still overheats,
warms.
yeah.
It's not like it's freaking cold, right?
Yeah.
So,
Especially outdoors. Like, have you
Yeah.
tried gaming outdoors? It's insane. It's awful.
Yeah.
You can't do it. You drop
Yeah.
frames so fast.
yeah, so every time when we do reviews on the gaming segment, because I don't game, I always pass it to
Yeah.
Syed and Lihu to do it. And they will always note it down to say that, oh, I reviewed it based on a air-conditioned room as opposed to outside. But yeah. The next lineup, which is the iPhone 17 Air, you all talked about it very quickly. So first question I'm going to ask Vernon is
No.
is this is this going to be a one more thing? Yes or no?
What, 17 Air? One more thing? Probably not. It's going to be part of the lineup.
So they're not gonna like wait until the end and then. So it's gonna be announced together.
Yeah,
lah?
it's going to
Oh,
be announced together.
okay.
If it weren't
Umar?
for the leaks,
Yeah.
it would be a one more thing.
Really? You
I
think
feel
so?
like because it's like so unique. It's the thinnest iPhone ever. They would love to talk about the thinnest iPhone ever, the most obvious redesign ever. It would make sense. Like Samsung did it with the Edge.
Yeah, but which is not the thinnest device ever.
But it was there one more thing.
I was actually going to bring up, if you notice that the two fiercest competitors, Samsung and Apple, have a very similar lineup and a very similar product strategy in terms of the lineup of the phones, how they remove the plus. You have a super thin to replace that. It's exactly the same.
Okay.
But we don't even get the Edge here.
Yeah, we don't even get the Edge here.
So the plus is gone here.
But even when I got my hands on the Edge, finally, it doesn't feel like a remarkably thin phone, right? It feels like, okay, it's a slim phone, but it doesn't feel like very thin.
Like the Fold feels very thin.
Yes, exactly. The
If
Fold
they can nail
feels
that,
very
that
thin.
would be mad.
Yeah.
I mean, we talked about it. I think that is the future. That's the direction where they're going to head. With, especially with silicon carbon batteries, things are a little bit thinner. They might have a problem with fitting a vapor chamber in there.
Exactly. That's a very good point.
In the
though.
future.
So you feel it's not going to be a one more thing? You feel it's not going to be a
I think the one more thing could be something else. If it was going to happen.
If it's something else, what is it?
I don't know, smart glasses maybe.
Oh, yes, please.
Because that's something
Please,
that
I
has
would love
not
that.
been talked about.
I would love
And
that.
True though,
a lot
it's
of
very
people, in terms of podcasts that you listen out there has been talks about the smart glasses.
I wish that's the thing.
extensively.
Okay. So both of y'all said it's not going to be a one more thing. I believe it's going to be a one more
Oh yeah,
thing.
for 17 Air,
Yes.
specifically. Okay.
Because it's their newest and like it's brand new. Like they've never done something like this before. So
they have
probably
done thin devices though.
but not this thin.
No,
line.
not this thin,
Yeah, that's
but-
what I was saying earlier. It's like the biggest redesign they've had in a while. So it would make sense to make it a...
Yeah, one more thing. 5.5 mm thin. So in contrast, the iPhone 16 Pro Max is 8.7 mm.
Which I'm okay with.
Huge
I
difference.
didn't ask for a super thin device.
Single speaker on top. I don't like that because it's so thin. You can't put a speaker below anyway.
It wouldn't
but-
have any oomph in it anyway.
And iPhone's cameras has all. I mean, the iPhone speakers has always been one of the best.
Exactly. I mean,
in the
Dolby
industry,
Atmos,
right?
come on, man.
I don't like how this looks like because the rumor is that the battery size is going to be
3,000.
between 2,800 to 3,000 milliamps. Whatever magic they can do with software,
What is
size
it,
does matter.
2000?
That's what she said.
The year
what are your
2000?
thoughts?
Is
What
that
are your
where
thoughts
you're
about?
That's crazy though. Like if it's that low, that's crazy.
I know.
And what would you think the pricing would be like then?
It's going to be premium.
I suck when it comes to predicting pricing.
Because
It's going
it's
to be
like,
premium.
where
It's
would
like the S25 Edge.
Where would you
It's
place
premium,
it?
right?
Yeah, where would you place it?
Premium, like what Vernon said.
So
probably
above
is-
the Pro, between the Pro and the Pro Max, or above the Pro Max?
Good
I
question.
don't
Because
think it's
above
going to
the
be
Pro
above.
Max is crazy.
No, it's
There's
crazy.
no way.
No
Yeah.
way.
Yeah, maybe just above the Pro, like in between, in between the Pro and the Pro Max. What do you think, Vernon?
I think it's going to be slightly cheaper than the Pro.
Oh, below the Pro.
Below
We'll
the Pro.
revisit this whole thing again after
Yeah,
the
because then
launch.
technically it's like the replacement of the Plus, like you said. That's not premium though.
Yeah,
Right. It feels like, but you want the thinnest iPhone ever.
it's
Price
cheap
more-
too.
It's cheap. Yeah. Okay, interesting. I think we can revisit that. once,
Yeah, we'll revisit,
That's
but-
interesting. Yeah.
Current prediction, I feel in between. Umar feels in between the Pro and the Pro Max. You feel like it's just slightly cheaper than the Pro. All right, I like this conversation.
Or they could do same price as the Pro.
Okay.
Yeah, and then you choose which one you want. You
Yeah.
want thin or you want Pro features.
Correct.
Okay.
Okay, the next thing is that the date is rumored to be 9th September. We haven't gotten the invites yet. Sure, You're not bluffing.
If it's out, everyone will go.
Yeah, you know, if the invites is out, everybody will
Everyone
know it.
shares
Yeah,
it.
everybody
Everyone
gets
shares
it to it
No, it's
already.
too early.
Hey, wait, the other thing about the camera, we have a 24 megapixel selfie camera.
Oh,
apparently,
yes, it's
which is
right here.
huge. It's like double.
That's a
of
big-
The,
Yeah,
That's a
from
big change.
12. From
That's a
12.
big change.
That's a very
That's
good
a
point. Thank you. Yeah, it was in my notes. I just didn't
But
say
also
it.
why? Which is a bit strange.
I think it's
Apple is never always in the
But it's good though.
megapixel game. You know, they had 12 megapixel cameras for the
longest,
longest time.
And
they were
also
great.
their dynamic range for their front cameras is the best
Yeah.
alongside with
So
Samsung.
24 megapixel, what are they up to?
Oh.
New features.
Maybe they would have like a wider field of view, and then you can crop in. That's what you need.
Yeah, I remember like
maybe.
Samsung has 2 different field of views for the front camera. So
It's
probably
basically
they can
just
do
punching
that.
into.
Yeah, probably they can do that. Yeah, that's a very good point. I totally missed that part. Other than the date, there are also few more rumored products. So I'm gonna
Apple Watches.
Yeah, so these are the Apple Watch Series 7. There's only one rumor about a redesign. I don't believe it's
7,
true.
10.
Yeah, the iPhone Series 11.
Yeah, seriously.
So do you think they're going to be a redesign since the 10, Umar?
If they have to do a redesign, they do it on
Squircle.
the 10. Yeah, but
Right.
they do it on the 10. This is a 10-year anniversary.
Yeah.
If
Well,
they
that
didn't
was
do it on the
rumored
10,
like the last
Yeah,
time.
it was a huge rumor. John
yeah.
Prosser got it wrong.
Yeah, I
if
got
they
it
don't do it on the 10, I doubt they'll do it on the 11.
Brennan?
No, I don't expect a redesign. It's going to be thinner, lighter kind of thing, but
Apple Watch
nothing
Ultra
suspect.
3 then. Apparently they're going to bring back the blood oxygen sensor because they had issues with that. 5G instead of LTE.
That was more like a regulatory
yeah.
kind of problem,
yes.
right? That they
yes, exactly. So it's basically
had. No,
there. It's not
licensing. I think it was IP.
Yeah.
More so. Yeah.
Right.
And they might include the wide angle OLED viewing because that is something which you brought out in the Series 10, whereby like you can see in certain angles our
But the
Ultra
Ultra
is a
cannot.
bit
Do you,
off.
yeah. Do you know what I'm really waiting for? Blood glucose monitoring on the Apple Watch. I mean, I know Apple's working on it, but I don't know whether it's
Yeah.
going to be on the Series 11.
Yeah.
Whether it's officially going to come. I think that's a really game changer for Apple Watch.
How about Apple Watch SE?
Oh, it's been a while.
Yeah, I
Been a
know.
while, yeah.
That's why I put it in my notes here
Do
because it's
we
been
need
so
an
long.
SE in the lineup?
We don't need. But
Price
we need
wise.
it?
Price wise.
but the kids might.
Under 1,000 ringgit?
Under 1,000.
Yeah.
Ew, the last one was 899, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
1,000 ringgit. Under 1,000 ringgit.
I think-
and the kids might want that.
yeah, I know people
When
who
my
want.
son grows up, he'll be having it.
Yeah.
Fair.
I
I mean, it's
know-
a good enough smartwatch.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know people who want the Apple Watch for the tracking and everything you get with an Apple Watch without paying the money for an Apple Watch.
Yeah.
So that's where the SE market is. They want everything, but they're not willing to spend that much money.
I do know adults who are using SE.
Yeah.
People who are like fitness instructors, like my wife's friends.
Yeah.
Two
I
of
see.
them are using the SE and they are
Interesting.
instructors for the cycling.
Yeah,
so
because it does pretty much everything.
Yeah.
It takes a lot, checks a lot of.
No always on display, which
Check boxes.
if you're doing fitness only, you don't really
Yeah.
need an always on.
exactly.
Yeah. So I think
and
it's
also
a
the
very niche.
battery also, right? So the
Yeah.
battery also lasts longer. The final rumor is AirPods Pro 3, which might have a heart rate sensor or a temperature sensor. Yes or no?
Could be easily done, I think. It could be easily done.
I don't even know what to say about that.
Yes, your face was like totally
do we
speechless.
need a heart rate sensor inside our ears?
So you don't
More
have to look at
accurate,
your watch. Yeah, it's more accurate. Even temperature more accurate. You know how the
more
doctors
accurate.
like teet, right?
Yes.
But do you
like,
really need
do
it?
you
Yeah.
really need it? It's my question.
We may
like,
not
how
need
often
it.
are you going to be wearing the AirPods to be like, let me just check my heart rate real quick? Like, nobody's doing that. You want to check your heart rate, look at your watch. Does it make sense?
We may not need it, but
Oh my
yeah,
God.
it
If
is.
they had this in, I don't even know what to say about it.
No, maybe monitors your mood and stuff and your temperature.
There is-
So your and it
With my
can
ears?
recommend you certain music
Hey man,
to
how are
calm
you
you
feeling
down.
today? Let me just...
Yeah, it may recommend you music to like calm you down.
Okay,
you
if
know,
I'm
like-
wrong and they add this in, I have no words. But it would make sense, I guess, because more people have AirPods than do have Apple Watches. So if you want to measure your heart rate, if you don't have an Apple Watch, still makes sense.
Yeah.
But it's just funny.
Yeah.
They can charge you more.
Yeah, that's a good point though.
More feature, but what more could you add sound feature wise or usability wise to
Yeah.
the AirPods? That's a good question because you've kind of peaked out, no?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What more can you add? Battery life? The battery is insane. I never charge my AirPods like once in like 3 weeks.
Yeah.
So like, what more can you add?
Yeah. Okay.
Better, yeah. ANC, better
I
ANC.
just don't think that they're going to be releasing it during this event.
Yeah.
They might do maybe next year or something. So that's my thoughts.
But I mean, do we really need new AirPods every year? In
Yeah,
that
it's been a
upgrade
while
cycle?
since they did one. So
Yeah.
the latest update was the USB-C. That one also was more like a by the way thing.
Yeah, it was like 2
and
years
then
ago.
is after the event we were like, hey,
The Max.
Yeah,
they
yeah,
just
yeah.
put it
It's
by
like,
the
oh
way
yeah,
thing.
just change the case.
Yeah, so it just
Yeah.
So and then that was the thing.
AirPods Max though,
Oh yeah.
that needs a change.
That is
That needs the newer chip.
There you can see it right.
Hello.
This is chilling. Hi. Okay, let's go into the final device, the POCO F7. have you tried any of the POCO
I know
lineup?
nothing about it. I mean, I tried it
Lovely.
like back in the day.
That's
but
very
no,
good.
no.
So let me just. So the review is going to be coming out tomorrow. If you guys are watching this on Saturday, I'm just going to go through what's good and what's not good. There are 6 goods and 5 not good. So want to get your thoughts about that, your reactions. First of all, flagship level specs, 1,500 plus ringgit. So it's like 1,000 plus to
Okay.
1,600 ringgit.
Good value.
Snapdragon 8 Gen 4, 12 gigabytes of RAM for Android, it matters, and UFS 4.1. So that's pretty unheard for this price.
Yeah.
Wow.
Battery, massive 6,500 milliamps of battery.
Okay.
This is something where Android phones, and it's going to be just
Next level stuff, man.
massive as
Yeah.
well. Solid gaming performance. Genshin Impact was at highest settings all the way. Both,
Heating?
yeah, hitting no. Display quite sharp, and it's a flat display. I've been using the Pura 80 Ultra as my Android phone, and then going with flat display. I'm sure you all will appreciate it. I wish I had a phone I could pass it to you since you didn't. The cameras though, POCO's portrait mode is actually one of the best.
Huh.
Yes. So if you
How's
see
that?
the video tomorrow when we release it, it's so good. It's effortless. And it also works for objects as well. So I like to take a photo of this weird shaped flower, and it looked really good. The design is quite unique. It looks like it's like copy my homework, but don't make it look exactly nothing. So it, yeah, the top part of it. What's not so good is that fingerprint magnet towards the bottom. So that's like huge fingerprint magnet. I saw when Lee Hood was shooting it, he was always holding a cloth. Poor guy.
With the other hand, every
Yeah.
few
This was
seconds.
a limited edition one. right?
Yes,
Yeah.
correct. The one which you had hands on. I should have brought the phone here, but it's okay. Stereo speakers, which is okay. But I want to see whether y'all can guess this. 6,500 milliamps of battery. How much SOT you think I got on the phone? Umar?
20 plus?
No. Okay,
Less?
so the average, okay, when I do screen on time, it's not overall. So
Okay.
that average is about, okay, I'll give you a range, yeah? So easier to know. Huh? So the average would be 4.5 to about 10 hours. The max recently this year, I got 10 hours.
Okay. Is that medium to high usage or just screen on?
No,
Absolute.
that means using it daily.
Okay.
Every single day.
Okay.
And then I go into the digital user,
Okay,
digital
okay.
thing, and then it tells me how much screen on time. The Nothing Phone 3 had 10 hours of screen on
It's
time.
amazing.
That's crazy.
And that had 5150 milliamps. The POCO F7 has 6,500 milliamps of battery. So how much of a battery life you think I got on a
I
screen
still
on
feel
time?
like 6.5 is a lot. 6,500. Okay, if 20 is too much.
Yeah,
I'll
20 is
tone
too
it
much.
down.
Yeah, that's the reason why I gave it.
Okay. I just think if the sensor. Okay, 14 hours.
Okay. Vernon?
For me, an average usually 6 to 7 hours. Usually.
Even though if it's a 6,500 milliamps of battery.
Doesn't really make a difference. Once you've gone above 5,000,
There's a reason why Vernon is an OG, because you got it on spot.
Wow.
what do you
Six
get?
and a half hours of battery.
Whoa.
only.
That's
Why?
For me, that's
I was
decent.
shocked. See,
No,
he was
that's-
shocked.
no.
But I was shocked.
I
when
mean, getting
used it.
10 hours is
if-
amazing.
But the
Nothing
Nothing
is
Phone
able to do it
3,
on 5.
Nothing Phone 3, 5150 milliamps of battery, but it's 10 hours. Why
But
didn't the POCO F7
I
get it?
think it highly depends on the tech
OS?
specs, OS, CPU, right?
The load it
nothing
puts
is
on it.
probably
The chip is the
super
same.
efficient in terms of OS,
I think it's OS.
and the chip itself.
The chip is the same. Yeah. So
No, but that's why it's a bit sus. If the chip is the same, bigger battery life, efficiency, you're looking at it 1-to-1.
Yeah.
There should be a percentile increase based on the power.
But I think it's not fair to judge in that sense.
then
Unless
I'm
you
trying
really
to
run-
understand why. So like if you are in
Unless you
Umar
really
and my
run-
position, why did you even predict that? Because I didn't even think. Why do you think that, it's going to give you 6.5 to 7 hours, which is exact on point on the amount of battery I got
Because
on
on
the POCO?
average, if you look at the devices in the market, anything that's 5,000, 6,000 milliampere hour is going to give you kind of that range of 6 to 7 hours of SOT. My true experience. True experience.
Probably the
Nothing
software.
unusual.
But
for
also,
me.
like, I feel like efficiency-wise, you get better, no? You don't go backwards. Like, you can't increase your battery life.
Yep.
You can't use the same processor and then still be the same result. It just doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Unless the way nothing optimizes its OS for the processor is just way more efficient.
Yes, I feel that's the advantage
So
of
this
nothing
also
OS.
proves the fact that software optimization is bloody freaking important.
Of course.
Because you can
Of course
use
it
the
is.
same chipset.
Yeah.
But the software, and this is why Kalpe and team is always emphasizing on software.
Yeah.
And we have talked about it many times, and you watch the podcast and you know
Yeah.
we said only good things about Nothing
Yeah,
OS.
yeah.
Now it does show that Nothing OS software optimization is the
For
best
sure.
because for them to
For
get
sure.
10 hours compared to 6,500. So like for example, like the Vivo devices, in the future they're going to have huge millions of battery. You will go at the back of your head thinking that you don't have that sort of a confidence because you know that nothing is going to do better.
Yeah, and also the OS bloatware. You don't know how much
Correct.
CPU power is assigned to each
What's-
app that's running in the
yeah.
back. Yeah, totally
Background processors. and
Camera wise,
stuff.
I mentioned during the day is amazing. During at night is expected. The ultra wide video is 1080p. Video stabilization is not the best. It's okay. 1,500 ringgit to 1,006.
for the price. Yeah,
But one thing which I cannot take is the fact that both this POCO F7 and the Nothing Phone 3, the port is a USB 2.0 port. So you know how when you take
Do you
pictures.
know
and
why that is?
Yeah.
I mean, do
Just
you have
give
an
your
explanation
prediction.
on it? What is your opinion?
okay,
on
so
that?
for me, USB the speed is either charging speeds or it's transfer speeds. These are the two only reasons you care about the port. What are the POCO users using their port for?
They got 90 watts charging though.
Yeah, but is the 2.1 capable of doing 90? If it is,
Yeah, they are not
don't
going to be
really-
transferring files.
Yeah.
They're not transferring data.
So then, why go all out for something that people and you want to keep the budget lower too? 1,005 for everything you just mentioned
Yeah.
is already pretty
Okay.
solid.
But the question is, isn't USB 3 already the base level
Yeah.
in this day and age?
It is, but also then you can say
2.0 is-
90 to 120 hertz is the base.
It is.
It is. It is, bro.
Yeah, so I think it's a price versus compromise ratio
Yeah.
thing. Maybe they know their audience, their market well enough to know that
Yeah.
they don't
They
really
don't care about it.
Yeah, correct. Okay. All right, so that wraps up the devices. Now, when it comes to tech news of the week, Samsung Galaxy S25 FE launch date leaked. I just, before we even talk about the launch and all, what are your thoughts about the S25 FE, Vernon, in terms of the position in the market in year 2025?
Well, I think it's a segment that makes sense. Again, it's very niche. It's for people who want an affordable phone that has flagship specs, and that's where it fits, right? Again, we've discussed about this, and the FE wasn't exclusive to Samsung, and Xiaomi was the first one to kind of do this fan edition thing.
Vivo has the new one with the X2.
Yeah, everybody's kind of have it, and iPhone has it. iPhone E can technically be a
SE,
fan
yeah,
edition, not a sexy name, I feel. But yeah, you get flagship specs for less, and why not?
Umar, what are your thoughts about the FE in the current lineup of Samsung?
Yeah. I actually think you're pretty spot on because if you want the features from even the S25, for example, but you want to pay the price of the S25, you're still getting that on the FE. Yeah, and they give the FE some bits from the higher end specs, like you said, for the Pro lineup. They put that into a packaged deal that's much lower cost.
Okay.
But again, how many phones do we need?
Yeah. See,
It's
that's why I'm
exhausting.
asking you the question.
Yeah,
It
it's
is
exhausting.
exhausting.
Like not from a tech reviewer perspective. It's
Yeah.
just
Consumer choice,
consumer
maybe?
fatigue, man. Like you go into a store, I want to buy. It used to be I want to buy a Samsung phone. You know the year, you go for either the budget, mid range, or flagship. Now it's like in the budget you've got this, in the mid range you've got this and this, in the flagship you've got this and this, and then there's an edge, and then it's too much.
It's like Marvel. But Kevin Feige said that people are having Marvel fatigue.
Yeah.
Yes, we are.
Yeah.
Calm down.
Because it's also like if you think about it, it's like when you go to a restaurant, it's a really nice restaurant. You open the menu and there's like 50 pages. You're already like, I don't know what to get anymore.
Gordon Ramsay, you're gonna get.
Yeah.
What are you
I
doing?
want it to be clean. One pager. This is the best. Chef recommended. If you like this, get this, get
Too
that.
much choice is bad.
I love that.
Yeah.
And we haven't even talked about foldables because that's another
Exactly.
lineup.
That's a different niche entirely.
There's like 5 products as well.
That's crazy.
So you
Yeah.
have
the
what?
video editor in me at the back already thought that I'm going to cut that as my short form video. Thank you. Very good example. I'm going to give you all the lowdown on this. What exactly is rumored so far? It's going to be rumored to launch on the 19th September week. Price is going to be about 3066.
Yeah, 3,000 bucks. Okay,
That's,
good price.
The FE has always been around that. But here's the question. Exynos 2400, because they never used to put Snapdragon into the FE series.
yeah.
6.7-inch AMOLED display, a Victus glass protection, which is great. Cameras, most probably the same, which is 50 main, 12 megapixel ultra wide and 8 megapixel telephoto. The cameras has been always great for all of the FE. IP68 rating, which is quite interesting. But I don't know why this is. They're going to drop their battery from 4,007 to 4,500. I don't know what kind of weird rumor this is, but that is the case. But yeah.
But usually rumors are quite accurate, right?
Yeah, especially when it comes to Samsung, right? So I don't know why. Let's just put this to bed, right? The whole Exynos chipset. What are your thoughts about this? Me and Vernon has talked about this.
Yeah,
Do you honestly can tell the difference between Snapdragon chipset and Exynos on a Samsung phone?
On S20, yes. After that, no.
I
It's
totally
exactly the same.
freaking agree. Oh my God. I say that all
What
the time to
specifically
people.
S20?
S20 was when we got both models. That was the only time I got both. I tested both side by side. The results were completely different. Like
Yes.
Exynos was significantly less efficient. The performance was much worse than the Snapdragon.
Okay.
The screen on time was worse than the Snapdragon. It overheated more than the Snapdragon. Just overall, you could feel like it was a different phone. You felt like we got disadvantaged by getting the Exynos.
I totally agree.
So
And this is way
what you're
back in
saying
S20.
is Samsung has caught up?
I
In
think they were
terms
in
of-
background doing it the whole time. They were giving the consumers what they wanted with the Snapdragon because that's the benchmark expectation now for smartphones. Snapdragon
And also
is
it's a
considered-
branding thing, right?
It's a branding thing.
perception.
And then Qualcomm is on top of AI, so they have to incorporate that in. But I think Exynos is exactly the same, if not slightly better in some cases.
So that's it. So that's what you said. That's what I said. That's what Syed said. Which the last time in our early podcast when he said it, someone commented below said, "This guy has no idea what he's talking about." But my point is that when you use the phone daily, you will know that recently the Exynos chipset has been
It's
okay.
very good.
If you guys had the opportunity to really test both side by side, you will actually tell there's actually no difference these days. A lot of people are talking about how long you use it. It's like after 6 months, if you try to benchmark
Longevity-wise,
it. Again, because the three of us, or for all in all of us, we don't believe in a benchmark. We really do
Real world
use
use,
it.
Yeah, real world
so
makes more sense.
I think hopefully that can put the whole, Exynos versus Snapdragon to bed. And
Also, if it's good enough for Pixel, it's good enough for Samsung, right?
exactly. But then again, Pixel is changing to TSMC.
Well,
Okay.
the design is same.
Let's talk about the next news, which is the V60. So, Umar, as a creator yourself, you are one of Vivo's favorites because you're always reviewing everything when it comes to Vivo. This is nothing to do with Product Nation, which is good because the Vivo phones has always been great. Like for
always
me,
been photography focused also, right?
and
So-
also the way they do things, I love compared to freaking Honor. So I like how they do things. I like how they really go out there and push their technology to limits. And when they release things like the latest Fold, which is the Fold 5, they didn't, like I said, they don't go head-to-head comparison in terms of the marketing style like what Honor has been doing. The current thing that we know about is that a Vivo V60, which we know there's going to be a Pro, right? It was shown on KL Fashion Week. Did you catch it?
I didn't go for the fashion week.
I also didn't go.
But I didn't catch anything. I have seen the unboxing though, because my team did the unboxing for it. So I've seen the device.
What are your thoughts about it?
Feels exactly like the V50. I think the main changes we'll see is within the camera part because I haven't tested the camera yet. So, Vivo's push for the V series is to give you the best computational photography for the price point.
Agreed.
And I think they've done a very good job of bringing the features from the X series on the V series. And to the point where it's like almost comparable. Like you could do a head-to-head. But the V series, the price difference between the V and the X series, it makes this phone very valuable.
I agree with you about how it's very close to the V50.
Yeah.
Thankfully, we do have the V50 in the studio, right? We do have it. Leo didn't put his head. So when we get our hands on the V60, we probably want to do a comparison video.
Yeah, most likely that makes sense.
Yeah, because that's what is the biggest argument on the internet. There are leaks from India which says that it has 50 megapixel main lens, which we already kind of knew, all Zeiss photo. But apparently the India leak says it's a 5 megapixel telephoto and an 8 megapixel ultra wide, which I doubt it because it's too low. But it could probably happen because maybe the baseline V60 is like that. Snapdragon 7 Gen 4 chip. 6,500 milliamps of battery. There you go. Same like the POCO.
Let's see the screen on that.
I think it's going to. I think it's using the same exact battery because you know what? 6,500. and also 90 watts
90
flash charge,
Yeah.
exactly like the POCO F7. Price rumored on India is 41,999 rupees. Don't freak out. Vernon gave me the look. It's like, what?
41,000.
Which is about 2,000 ringgit plus for the 8 plus 1 to 8. And then 50,999 rupees, which is about 2,400 ringgit. You all can do the USD conversion from that for the 512 gigabytes of storage. So price-wise, it's pretty decent. Even the Max, they go 3,000-ish or below that. I think they'll nail it. The Malaysian launch has not officially mentioned yet, but in my lift in my condo, there's this Target Media thing. Not sponsored. 26th of August is apparently the launch.
26th of August.
Yeah, so that's the thing.
quite
So
soon.
it didn't come out from a media perspective, but it was shown on the Target
Interesting.
Media.
Which is very
they put
weird.
at 26.8 because I went online. I couldn't
Can't
find
find
it, but it's
Unless
literally there.
Fashion Week.
I wanted to take a picture and I was too late.
Unless Fashion Week they announced it, and that's why it's okay.
Oh,
to
could
there.
be.
Maybe.
Yeah, but we media, we need to know, ma.
Yeah.
Okay, so once we get more news, and of course, once we get our hands on, we will let you guys know how it is, and of course, we'll do a video for that. So stay tuned for that. For the second last segment that we have is, I'm sure you've been following the channel, or especially this podcast. We have a segment called "Who Asked for This?"
Yes.
which is created by Vernon because he always said, "Who asked for this?" So this time around is the Nubia Z70S Ultra phone. If you all do not know the specs, it's fine. I will go through so that the audiences can also listen and know what it is. It is a 35mm main lens. It has a retro camera design look, almost like the Xiaomi 15 Ultra, but looks more of a camera. It has two different forms, like a transformer. One is
The photography kit,
the
right?
photography kit is not like Xiaomi's 15 Ultra where you just put it in. There's two different forms. One is the retro form, the other one is the handle form. You can have a sliding switch to open the camera app or a button, which is remappable. Very Sony. Then there's Snapdragon 8 Elite, which is good. Rear camera is good during the night, not so good. So during the night, it has an iPhone issue. You know
The lens.
yeah, see, I didn't
Lens
tell
flare,
you. Know,
yeah.
we know it.
Yeah, we all know.
So it has a similar issue. So I don't understand why it's that.
Anamorphic.
The front camera,
Pretty cool.
anamorphic man. Umar Nashbandi, everything's anamorphic.
Nice.
Front camera is a hidden in display. Who asked for this?
Why?
No log video recording, but there's 8K up to 24, 8K 30, 4K 120. 6,600 minutes of battery. What's up? 80 watts fast charging. There's an IR blaster. Interesting. We talked about it last week about that. Android 15, not 16. With
Not
no
yet.
with no additional skin on top. So it's pure stock Android.
Wow.
And no info on
bloatware.
how
Yeah,
many software updates though. It's about 770 euros, which is about 3,800 ringgit. Reminds us of the Sony Xperia phones. Let's start off with Umar first and foremost, because since he's the boss of the Who Asked for This, so
Yep.
let's hear it
I'm
from
the
you
boss.
first.
Wow.
I think they're riding off of the Xiaomi 15 Ultra wave. They saw people like that design style. They want that photography kit. They want that look of a camera while still being a phone. So who asked for it? Nobody. But I'm guessing it's for those people who want that, but they don't want to pay the price of the 15 Ultra, but they want the same vibe, same aesthetic. In the watch world, we call it an homage watch. I feel like this is kind of like that.
Yeah.
It's like a homage to the 15 Ultra, give you that same experience without actually paying the money. Specs-wise, surprisingly decked out on specs when it comes to the camera. Low light aside, most Androids struggle with low light, even iPhone struggles with low light because of processing, but also flaring.
Yeah.
But we actually did do, on Product Nation, they did do a camera test, and the shots, I took a look at them, they're surprisingly very good in daytime for processing. Nighttime,
The Nubia.
the Nubia.
Oh,
So
you
it's not
had
like a
hands on
1-inch
it.
sensor
Oh,
or
I had no
anything like
idea. Okay.
Yeah, we tried
Nice.
it.
This exact Ultra model.
That's the one, yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
good.
no 1-inch sensor and stuff like that.
Yeah, so the review was entirely not done by me. I haven't seen the phone at all.
Got it. Okay,
Yeah, I
but
wasn't
your-
involved.
but the team has done
feedback,
it.
Yeah, the
Okay.
feedback they
Oh.
gave me was that it's surprisingly good, but for the price, you're close to 4K.
But it's Snapdragon 8 Elite though.
Yeah, I mean, again, you're buying it for the camera.
Yeah.
So the processor, Does it really? Unless you're shooting 8K video.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It does need
again,
some processing
it's
power.
it's a photo oriented more than video oriented.
Yeah.
Okay,
So-
before we go into Vernon, I'm trying to understand. I'm trying to understand why this freaking lens flare. Because the Xiaomi 15 Ultra does not have that issue.
It's the coating.
Yeah, so why people still have this issue, knowing the fact that coating is an issue? And if you're going to make this a main camera and you have that issue, that's the thing. I hate it.
You hate the...
I hate the
phone?
glare. Like the
Oh,
phone.
the glare. You hate the glare. Oh, you hate the glare, yeah.
Yeah, even the Pura 80 Ultra has that issue.
Yes.
But it doesn't happen on the Xiaomi 15 Ultra.
You'll notice.
Can it be fixed in software? You
There's-
can't, right?
No.
No.
Because it's a hardware issue.
it's a
lens
it's a
coating.
coating.
and-
That's like a frame by frame thing. You could. You would kill yourself.
Yeah.
But it's possible.
I think that is something
It's too
where,
much work.
where,
Too much work.
Umar and Mo will do that.
Yeah.
Frame by frame.
I mean, you have computational
Yeah.
photography and stuff, right?
Well, yeah. If you use
Technically
AI,
you could,
maybe. Yeah. But who's doing that?
I don't know.
But I think you'll
probably
notice bigger sensors have that problem. The
Yeah,
bigger
but
the sensor.
Xiaomi 15 Ultra doesn't have that.
Because they specifically focus on the coating. Like if you look through the marketing material that was shared with tech reviewers, the geekier specs, they focus a lot on the coating, and there's not just a single layer
I
of coating.
totally agree.
There's
Yeah,
multiple
exactly. That's
layers of
why I
coating.
talked about also in our video, and it shows.
But also, I think it's a limitation thing. So, for example, if you look at the iPhone's size,
Yeah, the iPhone size, the sensor is way smaller.
It's
so I don't think it's a
smaller.
1-inch thing only.
yeah, it's a smaller sensor, but again, the surface area you have to coat on it and how much gap there is for the light to reflect and hit the sensor
Got
is
it.
smaller or more compressed. And it's a shinier phone, especially in the back, so it might reflect even more, which is what causes that.
True also.
That's an assumption.
Okay, Vernon, your turn, finally.
What do you want me to say?
Your thoughts about the Nubia. Your thoughts about this Nubia and who asked for
number
this.
one, I think it looks super unique.
Okay.
Obviously, they're not first to the gate.
Yeah.
Everybody has done it. And it kind of reminds me of those products that, number one, Lenovo Vibe Shot in the mid 2000s.
I like how he's referencing Umar
guys
was a
have probably
baby.
never heard of it
Umar was a
because,
baby.
And the Asus Zenfone Zoom.
Okay.
Remember that? Right.
So old, man.
So that's what I'm saying. It's not a new product.
Yeah.
But what's new is that Nubia is like the first to feature 35mm
Okay.
lens. But my question is it a 35mm full frame equivalent? Meaning that it's not actually 35mm? Or it is an equivalent of 35mm?
That's a good question. I
They
should
didn't,
ask.
Yeah,
they
ask
didn't
him.
really
That's a
say.
very good point. Yeah.
So I'm not really sure.
Because
But-
35 is the classic focal length for photos. Yeah.
Most natural to the eyes and stuff like that. But
I
I
thought
think
it was 50.
I think essentially this product is marketed as like a point and shoot camera. I mean, it's a phone, but it's the most camera vibed phone you would kind of find in 2025. I think it goes one up on the Xiaomi Ultra if we were to compare. Like you mentioned, there were like two variants, right? And one looks exactly
Like a
like
camera.
it's a Leica inspired camera.
Yeah. Straight up. It's
All
a
out
proper
to
camera.
the red dot. right?
Agreed. Yeah.
I do like the retro feel to it, but if down to the ultimate question, who asked for it? I think nobody asked for it.
Okay.
But it's just riding on a trend, like he said.
Speaking of dedicated camera phones, if nobody asked for this, then who asked for that one where, in not Dub, Barcelona is MWC. You know the one with putting the different lenses on top?
Isn't that
What are
the,
your thoughts about that?
Is that the Xiaomi one?
Xiaomi has that, and then
The Vivo had the
Vivo, so the
200, right?
Ultra also
But
has
those
that.
are like what are they called? It's like a concept phone.
Yeah.
I think they're just testing out the market to see how many people would actually be interested in that.
Would you
Probably.
be interested in that? Would Umar be interested in something like that?
Apple made it. No, but
Say it louder.
no, because
but
it's
you
like-
have cases for it, right?
yeah, no, it's not the same. I think because that's like a
Cases where you can
it-
change lenses and
that's still a lens on a lens. So glass on glass on glass. The more you add, the more flaring, and you reduce quality with more glass you add.
Yes.
This is optical switch. So the magnets that when it switches, it's like optically switching to that camera sensor and lensing.
this is how a camera works.
Exactly.
right?
So when you change a lens on a camera, you're getting optical zoom.
Yes.
And you're not. So for example, I shoot a lot of macro. So if I use a macro.
He likes the
adap-
macro.
I like macro. If I use a macro adapter on a regular lens, like let's say 2470, you're adding glass on top of glass on top of glass, especially if it's a zoom lens. So the reduction in quality is very significant versus if you just swap out the lens to a macro lens.
Okay.
Like very optically optimized. So
Agreed.
So would you use a phone like that? Earlier you said very softly to say that if it's an Apple or an iPhone, you would.
For
If
video,
you
yes.
didn't have a camera,
For video,
of course
yes.
you would, right?
Yeah. For video, definitely. Because for photography, computational photography is taken over optical at this point, which is why Vivo is so successful. Their hardware might not be the most fancy. Their optimization for the photos after the fact is one of the best I've seen, even though it does the whitewash thing, which I'm not a fan of.
Yeah, I agree.
But the processing, the depth separation, the bokeh, the Zeiss-Look, incredible.
Fantastic.
So photo-wise, I think we don't have a problem anymore. You've hit the ceiling. You could work on the zoom
Because the
part.
baseline is so high.
Baseline is already like, your expectations is really high.
It's really good.
But if you go over to video, we're not there. We're not as far as we could be. But that's mainly because of zoom. So wider, if you shoot an iPhone on wide, amazing results. iPhone's ultra wide, pretty good results. Low light, you suffer. But when you go for telephoto, not there yet.
Not there yet, yeah.
If I can get like a 35mm feel with like an f1.8 look on an iPhone, I'm sold.
All right, got you.
Yeah.
It's coming with the 17 Pro Max.
There you go. 17 Pro Max camera edition.
Okay, the final topic is our community segment. So this is where we always ask questions every Tuesday on our YouTube community poll or our tab, where we ask you questions, and of course, once you answer it, we will give you our exact reaction and we will see what the results are. The question that Syed came up with is that how often do you change or upgrade your devices? Tell us in the comment section below. The question I'm going to ask the both of y'all is that you as a person and also your advice to other people. Yeah. So before I ask those questions to the both of y'all, I'm going to just go through the poll, which is only when I need to is the highest, which is 49%, followed by every 2 or 3 years. And then 10% says every time a new device is out.
Early adopters.
And then the other one is very rarely. Are you surprised with this current poll results? You can see it here, right, Umar?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So let's start off with Umar first. Then we can go with Abang.
I think it's spot on. This is what the average everyday consumer is going to be doing, for sure. Nothing out of the ordinary. In fact, I expect it only when I need to be even higher.
Yeah.
Because there are a lot of people in my office who are using.
But it's almost
phones
50% to be fair.
Yeah.
Which is fair.
Yeah, correct.
who are using phones that's like 3-4 years old. It's a very common thing. They don't upgrade every year. And every time I'm like, oh, your phone's lagging, like media should switch. It's like, oh, I'll wait till it breaks.
There you go.
So that's
iPhone 8, what the hell?
Yeah, I have someone who uses an 11 until now. So
if that's the case, before we go into Vern, if that is the case, why is everybody complaining about how, there's not enough Android software updates when people say, people start comparing it, right? So like Samsung has 7 years, 7 years. 7 years of software, 7 years of OS update, security updates. And then like you have nothing, for example, is less than, not enough. But then again, the result shows that it's 3 or 4 years. What are your thoughts about that then?
So I think it's so you know how back in the day, it's like, everyone's like, the world was so much nicer before. There were less wars, there were less problems and stuff. But it's just we weren't aware. It was happening, we just don't know.
Because there's no social media.
Exactly. Now I feel like as a consumer, you just know everything that's happening. You see leaks, you see this, you see that, you see what they're doing, you see what they're doing. So your automatic assumption is, but they have that, why can't you have that? Even though you don't need that, or that. You can survive with what you have.
Yeah.
It's just that mindset of, if they have it, why can't you have it? If they have it, why can't you do it? So I think that's what causes that. But in real world use, they don't actually care. It's just I need to diss them kind of thing.
So perception and also a FOMO thing, right?
Exactly. It's a FOMO thing more than anything else, to be fair.
Vernon, what are your thoughts about this?
I think I agree with Umar in terms of how accurate the poll is to, representing the real world thoughts on it. For me, the secret is I answered only when I need to. I mean, it would be surprising for a tech reviewer to say that. I would expect that to be, every time a new device comes out, you want to be the first. But to technically buy one, I would only buy it only when I need to, when it breaks.
So that is you. How about your advice for other people then?
If I had to look at it in a sustainable kind of standpoint, obviously you only change when it breaks down or it doesn't work anymore, right? Sometimes especially for smartphones, is the battery that goes first.
Mm-hmm.
When it depletes, you can either get a new battery or you get a new device.
Yep.
In terms of how it's up to you how long you want to keep the device and how long you want to prolong the device. I think Android and the Android world offering more updates for longer. 7 years is a long time for a device, but that helps prolong a device's lifespan, which is a good thing, right? Not good for business because obviously you want to sell new devices. But as a whole, as a consumer and for the good of the planet, at least you are keeping your devices longer.
I actually like that you mentioned not good for a business, because I've had this thought for a while now. Do we need a new phone every single year from the same brand?
No.
We absolutely don't. Unless, like, I'm on the side of the court, which agrees that you only release a new product when it's a new product. Like, you have something new to talk about.
We had this conversation on the plane also.
Yes.
About
Honestly,
how,
Apple used to do that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That was the point.
Yeah.
But it's been
too
forced
much.
to.
It's too much. Like, I don't want, for example, I don't want to watch every year if you're not making major changes.
Yep.
I don't want AirPods every year if you're not making major changes. There has to be a major change for me to be excited.
Totally agree with
But
that.
from the business perspective, it doesn't make sense. Totally understand.
And also because competition is so intense.
Yes. Yeah.
If you're not part of that story,
You get left behind. Yeah.
you get it.
You're right.
So for Apple, it's like, okay, we'll just do iterative, upgrades every single year. Samsung does it.
Yeah.
The TikTok thing,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Nice. Let's go through the comments. Saint8257 says, I only replaced my Huawei Mate 20 Pro. Wow.
Mate 20 Pro. Wow. That's
That's why I don't like to. That's why I like to only see the comments when it's up.
Oh.
Wow.
that's an old
When the
phone.
battery
That's a
fried.
good phone. It's a good
After 5 years, I've been on my Mate 50 Pro for 3 years now. Good on you.
Nice.
Rizal Boone says it's a mix of 2 and 3, whichever come first, which is either every 2 or 3
I
years
could
or
agree
only
with
when I
that.
need
Yep.
to. Yeah,
Fair.
that's about there.
Fair.
The Black Digger is back.
Big Black Digger.
Yeah, the big Black Digger. He said only when a device I feel is justifiable to change often is a laptop. Yes, I know, Umar. Maybe you laughed about it last week. Phone. He says that only I feel is justifiable to change often is a laptop. But I'm not with him.
Whoa.
I don't
I'm the
agree.
complete opposite.
Yeah.
I don't agree.
Yeah, I would.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
it's in a similar vein.
Yeah.
Whether it's smartphones or laptops.
So he said that he
Yeah.
feels like he needs to change his laptop often, but phones not as consistently. I think I know why. Because he's using a Windows
Yeah, I
laptop.
was just going to say, what laptop are you using? Yeah.
Just jokes. Ha, ha, ha. You don't need to kill the Indian guy. Okay. The Zodo said I had the Huawei P40. A lot of Huawei users here. Quite interesting. And
Wow,
then check it
P40.
out. Then I bought the Xiaomi 14 after 4 years. 4 years, huh? Wow. Exploding Heavens is back. Thank you. Phone 5 years. New fold when Samsung gets real. Ouch.
Gets real.
They got
What's
real
that?
for the Fold
Come on, with the
5,
Z
7.
Fold 7 is awesome.
Flip and fold.
Yeah.
They've been
Yeah,
doing
it's okay.
crazy.
It's okay. He's just being critical.
That's fair.
Tablet 7 years due to memory. Okay, tablet
Fair.
I agree.
Okay.
I
Yeah,
agree.
tablet is fair.
Tablet it lasts
Mine's
longer.
7 years old.
Yeah.
Now that you think
Yeah.
about it. Mine's a 2018 iPad Pro.
Yeah, not bad.
And here's the thing.
Not bad.
We
Running
talked
the
about
new OS.
yearly updates, right? Apple's not releasing the iPad every year.
Yeah.
So
You don't
that
have
is
to.
That's
a,
great,
that's
yeah.
a good indicator, right?
Don't need to.
Laptop 14 years. If I need a
14
new.
years. Sorry for screaming into the mic.
No, he's
Windows Vista.
no, he's a Mac user. Okay, hard disk 14 years. I don't know why. Oh, there is read more. Sorry. Wow, lens on camera, bro.
Lens on camera.
15.5 years.
Jesus. That makes sense though. You don't need lenses that often.
Yeah, because they said date the body, marry the lenses.
No, but if you have good,
Yeah.
if you have good glass.
Glass is all that
Yeah,
matters.
that's
yeah,
all that
and,
matters.
and I know why you put a car 19 years. Okay, bro.
My car's 25 years, dude. So,
Wow.
Yeah, his car's 25 years.
so.
And he's times 2. Once every. Okay. Aiden
Thanks for
Cross is.
revealing to the world.
It's okay, Abang.
Thanks so much.
No, I'm very.
Appreciate
I
it.
just on a side note, I'm very proud every time when I tell people your age because your mind and how you are, you think so much younger than me and Umar combined.
Yeah.
Trust me, and you're
Okay.
always happy and
Thank you very
I love
much.
you on camera.
Energy is great.
Yeah,
Love
yes.
the energy.
Yeah, you love his energy.
Yeah.
That's the first thing. That's why he told me. The moment we did the podcast together, he messaged me privately and said that, "Oh my God, you and Vernon
Chemistry
like
is perfect.
Velcro."
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, now with you, Triple Velcro.
Triple.
Aiden Cross says once in every 4 or 5 years. Mike Casper, a regular on the channel. What's up, brother? Once a year. Interesting. So I think he's like
Wow.
an early
Early
adopter,
adopter.
like what he
Yes,
said.
yeah.
Vanja says every 2 years. Nash Day says, I don't see the reason to upgrade every so often nowadays, especially with the quality of the devices now and the software support. Agree.
Fair.
Now, just before we go to the rest, software support, I agree. You know why? I just thought about it because you talked about business and stuff. But you know how, like, if you're the head of the family, when you have longer software support, when you buy a new phone, you at least can give it to your children, your
Good point.
siblings.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
Because it's okay, you have another 5 more years to use this phone. So I guess that could be one of the biggest factors of why the long-term software and the security update is important. Po On says, hopefully every year when I have the money, LOL. Of course, lah, bro. Simi Sharma says average 4 to 5 years. And then Boliko BG says, who buys every new model? We do.
A lot of,
Oh, I know
We
people
do.
who upgrade every year.
Yeah,
we do.
Every single year.
Unfortunately.
But I think it helps that people like telcos, they offer that upgrade
swap,
path for you.
Yeah.
You can swap
exactly.
one-to-one.
So that's how a lot of people are managing.
And
to
you're
do that.
indebted for life, but that's
Yeah.
okay. You get the latest device every year, kind of thing. So
Yeah, we're not going to go there, but very good point.
they just lock you in there, but you can
Okay.
show off your new device.
Okay, so that closes our community segment, and of course, a few things to say before we go on. This is our longest podcast ever because we had Umar, and of course, we wanted to know a little more on his story, and of course, getting the reactions from each. But it's been fun. Before that, what's exciting next week? Nothing so far, but you know how
Nothing.
it is.
So
What's
Yeah.
nothing releasing?
Yeah, nothing.
Are there leaks?
Yeah, no, it's so far. Oh no. Okay, I get it.
Literally nothing.
And then last week we released the Pad 11.5 paper matte edition video. If you haven't checked it out, check it out. This would be for people who really need an upgrade for a tablet. We just said how you don't need an upgrade for a tablet every single year. But if you need one, this could be a very good choice, especially on the Android space. Upcoming videos a lot. There's the POCO F7 coming out tomorrow. The Wiz Smart Lighting, we are in the midst of shooting that, so hopefully that can come out. Very interesting light. You should check it out because it syncs with the HDMI. So everything you play, like Dolby Atmos and all, it follows an
ambilight
Yeah.
kind of thing.
Oh, it's
Okay.
it's like your backlight, but with steroids because it's like like for example, at the edge of the screen, someone using a computer, at the edge you'll have like a blue light there.
Wow,
Yeah.
okay.
So it's actually very good thing. The M3 Ultra Max Studio review coming soon. So that is all done. We just need to shoot it. The Galaxy Watch 8 Classic, that review is also coming really soon. But with that, we'd like to say thank you so much for watching, and thank you, Umar. And
Thank you
if
for
you
having
guys want him to
Thanks,
come
Umar.
back,
It's been
let us
great.
know in the comment section below. It's been fun. Thank you for joining us. We will have you more. And of course, if you guys feel like you want to have Umar more in the video, let us know in the comment section below or even in the podcast as well. My name is Adam Lobo.
and I'm Vernon. See you in the next one.
Bye-bye.